Hey guys, welcome back to another Disney Pixar Connection video. We are doing Easter eggs. We are in Captain America Civil War. My gosh, what a movie. Tons of Easter eggs. And this is actually really important to the comics, but will there be a Civil War 2, just like the comics? We shall see. There are rumors, or theories, I should say, about one of the incoming, you know, TV shows, which will focus around War Machine. Will it be another Civil War? I don't know. We're gonna have to wait and see. But anyway, there's tons of Easter eggs in this because in the order that these films came out, certain characters hadn't had their debut yet in terms of their own movie. And well, I know I'm filming this late in terms of when these movies have come out. It's important to note that doesn't matter. Those are leading into those movies, which we will eventually get to. Now we are at the tail end um, of our month and our theme of Marvel. I'm gonna need a quick break and then do other things. Quick break from Marvel. We're focusing other things, yada yada, so forth. Anywho, so we were talking about Civil War. Let's get to the Easter eggs, and I will see you guys later at the end. Now we start off Civil War with the year 1991. Hey, that was the year I was born. Anyway, we see Bucky Barnes he was unfrozen to take out a certain individual, well, a couple, and that couple happens to be Tony Stark's parents. But they will find out why later on. Anyway, it then switches to the Avengers trying to save the day. But unfortunately, there were a lot of casualties, including a particular individual we will later see. Now, this situation ended up being called that the Avengers will have to be stopped, or at least have stricter rules. And this is what causes the Civil War. They're divided. They don't want to. Some of them, I should say, don't want to sign the agreement, the accord that 100 and I think that War Machine said 174 countries want, but others do. And that divides them because some of them knew that bad things were going to happen no matter what, and some of them just wanted to do good and wanted to show the world that they were going to make an effort. But one particular individual that had spoken up about that is King Chaka, who was the original Black Panther that we see in the movie Black Panther, which we have yet to cover yet, but his role in this is really important, or I should say, what happens to him. Now, during this accord signing, that argument, unfortunately, Peggy Carter has passed away, and well, we knew some of the Avengers decided to attend her funeral, including Captain America and Sam Wilson. But another particular individual who was there and who released how she was related was Sharon Carter, who was Peggy's niece. Um, kind of weird what happens later on. It's not important to the film, but Sharon plays a big role in this too. We do see her during Civil no we see her during Winter Soldier. Now we do see another incident happen, and one of the casualties was the king of Wakanda, and his son T'Challa. Well, he points out that he will seek revenge. T'Challa then, well, his movie happens. It was released after this, but we make note that he does become the Black Panther and hasn't officially joined the Avengers, but We know he eventually will because of what happens later. And because of the disagreement in leadership between Tony Stark and Steve Rogers, well, they end up recruiting other individuals. And Tony went for Spider Man. He called him out. He knew that this was going to be an important person to get on his side, and so that's exactly what he did. He also created a new suit. Also, Spider Man doesn't know how to fight. I mean, he talks too much during the fights. They make note of this. This is hilarious. But anyway, not related to any Easter eggs. On the flip side, Steve Rogers got Clint and Wanda Maximoff, as well as Scott Lang, the Ant-Man. Now, their team does some interesting things, but we kick it off with a big fight at the airport from both sides. We have a lot of different Avengers here. Avenger on Avenger does a lot of destruction. So here we have the members on their individual teams, and they're about to fight. And so it goes. But in the end, they realize that the only ones they're hurting are themselves. And that's not a good thing. So it comes into play. They eventually figure it out. Steve Rogers kind of makes up with Captain America after they start going after the Winter Soldier. That's a whole big thing. Steve is, or well, I should say, Tony is still mad at Steve for various reasons, and they're back at the headquarters, and then a particular individual appears. And yes, that individual is the one and only Stan Lee making his cameo. Um, and he calls Tony Stark Tony Stank. Now, this was a big joke, but it was quite funny. And then in the after credit scene, we see Spider Man with new tech created by Stark. Wow, and we have fun, the right? Spider-Man logo. We are definitely seeing way more characters come into play in the MCU, such as our beloved Spider-Man. And it's quite interesting that Tom Holland, who plays Spider-Man in this movie, makes some interesting comments, especially at that very end, about, well, his character. And that's exactly how Stan Lee wanted Spider-Man to be. He wanted him to be nerdy and different and, well, strong, and we can see that. So I love that they mentioned that. This is something that Stan Lee has said himself, especially in his memoir, which I have done a book review on, so go check that out. Anyway, I hope you guys have a terrific day, and I will see you guys tomorrow for Thor Ragnarok. Bye.